Oh, the Bowser. The big Bowser bear. The Bowser bear. We'll see if anybody connects in a couple minutes. Yeah, we will. Praise Louise, pretty girl, pretty girl. I know it. It's hot, huh, babies? Well, they say somebody's there. Oh, do you think somebody's here for you? Oh, you're barking at the sirens. Gotcha. Understand. You? What you barking at? What you barking at? Huh, cutie patootie? Huh? Good afternoon, chick. It is a beautiful day. It's hot, but it's a nice day. I'm trying to do a project outside. And this, what I thought was going to be such a simple project, is not. It's kicking my butt. It's frustrating me. So I thought I would step away from it for a few minutes so I could regain my composure. I have lots of shade in my yard. That's the best thing about my yard. Well, that and there's chickens in it. Hi, baby. I don't care if you guys, that's why I have the door open. You can go in and lay on the cool floor if you want. I got the air conditioning on for you. Yeah, I do. Yeah, never enough shade. It's really muggy. Thank you. I think I'm very blessed. Trixie. I don't know where Moo Moo is. Oh, guys, it's just the neighbors mowing their yard. They do it all the time. Could you, like, let them do it and not harass them about it? I don't think so. I really don't. I think that's your MO. Let's harass everybody. Oh, Kitty, how you doing? I'm not doing an animal project. I'm doing a garden project. Hi, Jay. Gotcha. I understand. I'm trying to do some work too. I'll walk over here and I'll show you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put this garden fence up on top of the pallets. And it is not as easy as I thought it would be. I thought all I gotta do is drill holes. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. I've had to walk away from it a couple of times, but I'll get it done. But I think it'll look good too. I don't want my neighbor to think I'm filming him. I think that looks neat. I think it looks good. I've got to do this. Maybelline has started jumping again, and I can't have her in the garden. Bowser, I think you were a little rough on my Breeze. Don't be rough on her. Last year, about this time, Maybelline got into my garden and ate everything to the ground. So, I mean, they're just stuck in their pen until I can get this up. Joe was right, though. I had to borrow Joe's drill and tools. I had to borrow everything from Joe to do this project. And he told me, be careful. That drill will take your hand off if it gets caught. And he's right. That thing has whipped my hand a couple of times. But shh, don't tell the men that they're right. Ooh, I need to move my... flower, or it's gonna fall. I hate that as a single woman doing all of this stuff, having to tell the guys that they were right. I try to dance around it when they're like, well, did that work? Was that right? Oh, yeah, kind of. I will be careful. That's why I stopped, because it got me good a couple times. And I said, I need to sit down, and it's hot, and just kind of give myself a little bit of a break. I don't mind sometimes if a project takes me a little longer than I anticipated. I just want to get it done to the best ability that I can. Without killing myself. But see, that's the size of that drill bit that I'm putting through the pallets. I've been wanting to get this done. That's my job for the day. I just want to get those in place by the time it's dark. Hi, Jasper. Bowser, it's just the neighbors. It's okay. Hi, baby. My other kitten hasn't come home yet. She's been gone since last Monday. At this point, I don't have really high hopes that she's going to come back. I have checked at neighbors' houses. I did put it on Facebook. It makes me sad. My other cats, Ivy and Jasper, they're senior cats. And they don't do a very good job of hunting. They would rather be tucked up in the bed at night. And I don't mind that at all, but I do need a mouser. Really disappoints me. I'm worried for her. Oh, I am so sorry, Julie. I'm glad that you're starting to feel a little better, but be careful with being dizzy and stuff. It is, Chick. It's hard when you don't know what happened to her. I'm afraid the fox got her. She really liked to be on that side where that fox comes in and out and wanders all over my fence line and stuff. That's where she liked to hang out. Bowser, Bowser, you're done. Your brain is stuck. Get it. Get your brain unstuck. Come here, honey. Let me pet you and rub you and get that brain unstuck. Come here. Come here. You don't have to stay stuck in bark mode. There you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's better, isn't it? Good job. Good job, bud. I know it's hard to be a dog, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you. This is a straw flower, and the flowers feel like paper. I've been clipping them to make dried flower arrangements. I've got some more to clip today, too. Down there, the coxcomb, they need to be trimmed up. I do, too. I hope Julie gets to feeling better and gets back up on her feet. I like Julie's podcasts. She's done the conclusion on The Sojourner. I don't think that I think Sojourner may have several stories in it. I really enjoy those, Julie. And she's got some really cool podcasts. Chick, are your coachings doing good? Oh, hush. I'm gonna get you both. Thank you, guys. You listened. I'm shocked. Oh. Trixie, 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 stop. You keep working him up. The coachings are real slow. It takes them a long time to grow. And they're just, I think they're like the most majestic big chicken you can get. They just slowly wander around the yard. Donna has never been in a hurry for anything. And then the bantam coaching that I have, she's the same way. She's just very slow and methodical. I mean, they're so very different. I can't find coachins around here from, just local chicken people. Or if I do find them, they're adults and they really want a lot for them. If they were better egg layers, I'd have a lot more coachins. Hi, Hera. How are you? There's Moo Moo. The Cochins are so far low on the totem pole. They're so docile. I mean, even my Silkies kind of pick on my Cochins. But if Donna stands up for herself because she's bigger than everybody else, they really do back down. But usually she just turns and goes the other way. She's got an extremely good temperament. Most of my birds have feathered feet. I have more feathered feeted ones than non-feathered. No, I don't think they do. I think you're probably right, Chick. They're probably like, what is that on your feet? Hey, we got to get that off of there. I've seen some Cochin roosters. They're huge and just beautiful. I think it was when I first started with chickens, Brenda and I ordered some from Farm and Fleet. I think we got 7. And Donna was no, that's not right. All of mine passed. And then Brenda gave me Donna, and she gave me Susie. I've gotten a lot of birds from Brenda. It is a lot of fun when there's a lot of them. I love to watch how they form flocks within the big flock and they hang out with their friends. I like that. I didn't realize that chickens were, I knew they were social, but I didn't realize that, they were so smart and that they do have friends and ones that they don't like so much. When Uncle gets up, I have some questions for him, but let him get good and awake and have his coffee so he's not grumbly. We had such a beautiful rain yesterday. Hey, Julie, have you guys been getting a lot of rain this summer? I'm going to go get something to drink, y'all. I'll be right back. You okay, Breeze? What's going on, honey? It's all right. Oh, Jasper, you've got my seat. Come here. Come here, you big old kitty. Hi, it is well. How are you? I had to go get something to drink. Oh, no, chick, that's not good. Not good. I hope they have good containment of it. Did you have to work today? Good. Look at him. I told y'all he's become an addict to that catnip. He's there constantly. Like I was saying earlier, they are seniors. I wonder if that helps alleviate pain. Did you have a good day at work? I did this morning. I had to take my client shopping, and we stopped at the thrift store. I was able to get myself a gathering basket. That's a basket that doesn't have sides on it. It's just like a little loop so I can put vegetables and stuff in there. And my client got to talk to some of her old lady friends. Yes, a gathering basket will really be handy. I've been looking for one for a couple of years. They're either people don't give them away or they were too high priced. Another thrift store I went to, they wanted $13 for a used basket. I thought that was outrageous, so I didn't buy it. And a lot of people will paint them. I didn't want one that had paint on it. Are you okay, Jasper? Oh, there's so many garage sales. The one I like to go to the most, it's in the fall and it's a county-wide sale. They put out a map and stuff of everybody that's going to be participating in sales. That one's a lot of fun because it is at the end of the summer and it's a lot of fun. Yes, it is, Wells. Hi, Breeze. How you doing, sweet girl? Wells, I was telling Chick and Julie, I think Julie's still here. I haven't found my cat. Was my kitten. She's about a year old now. It's been since last Monday. She came home and ate breakfast on Monday, and when I left for work, she went back outside. I don't have very high hopes that she'll come back. I posted her on Facebook, and no one said anything. And I have gone and talked to my neighbors, and nobody's seen anything. And the big farm across the street, I'm not lying, there's probably 100 cats there. And I went there early in the morning when I knew they would be probably just starting their day, and they were out there feeding them, and she wasn't amongst all of them. Makes me sad. Thank you about keeping her in your prayers. Poor little kitten. My Betty Boots. No, they don't have constant litters. She will take other people's barn cats. She gets them all fixed. They have hundreds and hundreds of acres over there, so they have a lot of barn cats. She actually has a big building off of the barn that she locks them all up in. Or I don't know if she actually locks them up, but it's a big cat room. And so they can get out of the elements and stuff. She takes really good care of them. When they allow them just to keep having litters and stuff. The first time I went over there and saw all those cats, that's what I thought. I was like, oh my gosh, just reproduction alley. And then I was talking with her, and she was like, oh no. She says, I get everybody spayed and neutered. And she goes, I'll take everybody's free barn cats. She says, my brother and my mother hate it. She says, but can't see them go without having some sort of family, she said. And her cats have never been on my property. You'd think with that many of them that they'd venture everywhere, but like I said, there's hundreds of acres over there. Wells, are you going to go live tonight? Okay, I want to make sure that I have my data on. Can I do that? There we go. Did it close it out, guys? You'll be going live? Awesome. I'm going to bring you guys over here. I have data now on the phone, so hopefully we don't get disconnected as I'm walking all over the yard. Pretty girl Breeze. That's my old lady. She'll be 11 this year. Chick can answer for you sometimes? Okay. Hi, Penelope. Hi, Matilda. Hi, ladies. Come here. What you doing? Hi. Come here, Matilda. She's like, you don't have any apples. I'll get you some in a little while. Hi, girl. Penelope bit me a while back. I don't blame her, though. I was trying to figure out, having a hard time figuring out if that's a doe or not. It has to be a doe, or Matilda would have had babies by now. It's got to just be a dominance issue. Bowser, I don't like when you do that. Those are the rabbits. You stay very calm around them. I don't want you doing that. You're just fine with Crimson, but with ladies, you're a little abrupt, and I don't like that. They shouldn't run when you come up to the fence. It hurt. I've still got a... Well, no, I don't. A couple days ago, I still had a little bit of a bruise. It hurt. Can't blame her, though. Hi, pretty Carol. They're hot. All right, guys. I'm going to go show off Crimson. It's nice to be able to come out here and be with the bunnies and the phone not shut off. Wells, you need bunnies. In my opinion, they're one of the best homestead animals. I'm coming in, big guy. Oh, oh, oh. Hi. What you doing? Coming to see me, love? My boy here, Crimson, I want to buy a shade cloth for his, because later afternoon he gets direct sun out here. I've put water bottles out and they just totally ignore them. Now, Chick has very different breeds than I do. He is a Flemish giant, and that's what one of my ladies is, and then the other one is a satin. Hi, Crimson. Hi, sweetie. He weighs about 13, 14 pounds. With my friends that are homesteaders, I was the first one to get meat rabbits, and now everybody has them. And Stephanie and Luke, actually the rabbits are Leo's, and he takes such good care of them. And Leo will be 6 this year. He does a really, really good job with his rabbits. No. And I just have chicken wire on the ground. I don't have any trouble with that. I have one spot that it rotted out over there, and that was where Crimson sprayed all the time. But I don't have any problems with them trying to dig. And I do, I'll let their hay and stuff build up because it is natural for them to want to scratch and stuff. And they do dig in their hay and things like that. one thing I saw that I thought could be very beneficial, I saw a lady that put small kids pools, and then she filled them with dirt for rabbits just to play in. I thought that was a really good idea. It's something I have on in my mind to do for them. And also in that she would put DE to help with any type of like mites or anything in their ears. Yeah, they can dig and tunnel in that. It's a great idea. I adore my rabbits. I'm glad my new phone and stuff is better so I can come out and do a live and sit with them. I've had a lot of hard lessons with the rabbits about breeding when it's too hot and predators. But it's part of it. You got to learn and learn from others' mistakes too. When I first did the rabbits, I only had the one hen. I was going to keep everybody together. And I learned quickly that wasn't a good idea. But my cats have been my biggest predator. And then at night, I had an owl coming to get babies. I really thought I was losing my mind. There were a lot of babies in there. I had 2 breeding does, and I had 4 litters in there. And I kept counting, and it'd be, well, there's 3, 4 less than there was yesterday. And I figured out it was an owl. That's why I have all the bird netting up and over the top of the cage for only where my grow outs are. An owl's not going to pick up a 13-pound rabbit. But where my grow outs are, I keep that completely covered. And when I first did that pen and went and showed people on social media, everybody, you need to cover that, you will regret it. And I didn't listen, and I should have. Oh, okay. It is, well, I have a Samsung S17. I actually bought a cheaper model phone than the one that I had previously, because when I listened to them tell me about it, I thought there was no need to spend $400 more on a phone. I thought this one would be just fine. And it was only, this phone's only $200, which is still outrageous, but I thought that was better than 600. So everybody, when you do your rabbits where you're going to have your grow outs, make sure you put a cover over it. Just so you don't have to see some of the things I've seen. It hurt my heart and made me want to quit doing this. I had to really work through it. Well, hello, beautiful Ivy. You're in the coolest part of the yard, aren't you, girl? Yes, it took me a while to figure out what was taking my baby bunnies. I couldn't figure out if it, because at that point I had this bird netting going up, and that's 7 feet. And I kept thinking, is it my cats? How were they getting over it? I didn't have it covered on the top. I just had it all the way around. So then I had to recruit the tallest person I know to help me do that. But now I feel like I haven't had any losses. And it's become my favorite project. The benefits that they have. Look at my garden. It grows like that because it's got rabbit poo on it. Where you going, old lady? You going in the house? Okay. Amazing. Some people buy new phones. And some people buy those iPhones. That's ridiculous. $1,000 and stuff for a phone. If I had an extra $1,000, do you know what I could do for my goat barn? Let's go see what the ducks and chickens are doing. Moo moo. Little moo moo. No doubt. Brenda just ordered an iPhone. She uses them, but the last one she bought was like 7 or 8 years ago. She said, Mila, that phone cost me $1,200. I said, why? Why would you spend that? You want to come? Want to come out and visit? Look how tall she is. Bowser, do you want to come with me? Or do you want to stay with Moo Moo? I can't wait for y'all to get some. You will have so much fun. I'm sure you've probably already been heavily exposed to them. They're doing good. The babies, a couple of them are already as big as the adults. I'm going to enjoy them for, about a week and a half more, guys. I usually like to do about 2 hours. Because after that, I need to do things around here. The other day, I realized that it'll be short. I didn't realize that the ducks would be so ready so early. Now, Stephanie would like a drake from me, and I lost one of my hens to the fox. So I would like to get a hen from Stephanie's flock. Look at how big those babies are. And it was the... Do not think that ducklings are Indian runners. I think they're all the blue Swedish and bobs. I don't know what Bob is. Google says he's a Pomeranian duck. Wells, probably between 1 and 2 in the afternoon is when I like to start. And I haven't been doing them every day. I think I'd like to pick 2 days a week to go live and then do videos. Go ahead, do your dishes, girl. Wells, what kind of ducks do you have? Oh, cool beans, Julie, you're back. Just came out to hang out with the chickens. This is the cool part of the yard this time of day. You don't think so, do you, bud? Wells, there's one of my micro chickens. That's Frizz. You got 2 Pekings and females and a Rowan. Okay. I'm not sure if they say it Rowan or Rowan. Might depend on what part of the country you're from, too. And see, that's her mom. That's Polly. Yeah, she is. And she's had a bad foot that I've been doctoring, and it does seem like it's getting better. I adore this little tiny bird, though. She doesn't weigh half a pound, and she has chased him around the yard. My other dog, my American Bulldog, she's chased him. That Orpington, I bought the chicks that she's got with her. And she's done a good job at accepting them. I was unsure if she would. She's done a really good job. Bowser, that's chicken feed, not dog feed. Thank you. Chicken feed, leave it. Thank you. And 2 of those little chicks, bless their little hearts, I kept hearing chicks cheep, but I just kind of ignored it. Sometimes you got to listen. And then Bowser started barking like there was something wrong. And 2 of them were in the swimming pool for the ducks. I had to bring them in the house and warm them up. I didn't think they would make it, but they sure have, so I'm impressed. Yeah, it was sad. I didn't think they were going to make it. The Indian runner ducks, they're good like chickens as far as being great egg layers. They'll lay up to 300 eggs a year. Please quit following my hand. It doesn't always have to be petting you. Ryan duck. That's the one you have that has like a white neck. Do you want to see the Indian runner that lays 300? Is that what you mean? She's the tan one on the edge. And they make really good mothers too. But you can tell, see how she's so upright compared to the other ducks? The Indian runners, they're really a neat little duck. There's another one. See how upright they are? At the local swap meets and stuff, I very rarely see Indian runners for sale. You going looking for everybody else? Come on, babies. Ducks in a row. I wish they would tame down like the chickens, though. They're always so afraid of me. Oh, everybody's gone to the backyard now. I've never seen them at Tractor Supply. They always have hatchery choice at my Tractor Supply. I think I could probably look on like Cackle and Meyer Hatchery and order some. But if I can buy them from local people or the local stores, I'll do that first. The 2 Indian runners that I have, I traded 2 chickens for them. My first ducks, which is Bob, right there, the big black guy. He's so handsome. Yes, you are such a handsome duck. Yeah. Bob, and then that lady there that looks like a mallard. And then there was another mallard that came with him. I got them at an auction. And I thought I had paid $25 for all 3 ducks. And there was a little kid next to me. He was like, "You bought my ducks. You bought my ducks. Oh, yay, I sold my ducks." And I got up there and I realized that I had paid $25 per duck. But that was okay. I went with enough money to pay for them. And I couldn't let that little kid down. I bought his ducks. And Bob is beautiful. He's got such a nice sheen on him. And he's a gentleman too. Yes, you are, Bob. Yes, I did make his day. He knows he's a good-looking boy. Huh, handsome. And then that lady there, she's a blue Swedish. The fox recently got my other one. Well, gather them all up, Bob. I love to listen to the ducks. It's like they're telling jokes out here all day. Yes, sir? What you doing, Babs? You looking for your friends? Go get them, girl. Stay out of the coops. You know that's off boundaries. Boundaries there. I know you want to steal my eggs. You egg stealer. That right there, that's all hazelnuts, and there's not one on there. Not one. The squirrels got them all. Stella. She's 7, 8 years old. Stella is. Look at her. She looks so happy. You're all stretched out pretty good. Don't bother her. Just your presence bothers her. What's everybody doing? You want to go out, Bebo? My goodness, guys. Is it still rolling, you guys? Sometimes it'll buffer and I don't know if it does or not. And then I feel silly because I'm talking to myself. Oh, cool beans. Pretty Ivy. Yes, ma'am. Good. Thank you for replying, guys. Julie, I have been paying attention when I walk, and I have not come across dog bane, only milkweed. And I thought you might want to hear that. And I noticed that where I walk, there's quite a few monarchs around. And I mean, when I say quite a few, it's enough that you're like, wow, look at the population. It's a good thing. I have a little mountain of laundry, a little mountain of dishes, and a bathroom that needs to be cleaned. This time of year, the house really gets ignored. Because, like right now, I don't want to be in there doing nothing productive inside the house. It chokes out the milkweed. Huh. I have an area in my front yard that's just really hard to tend to. It's crappy soil that's really hard packed soil. I thought about talking to the guy across the street this fall to see if he would just bring me loads of dirt, which he usually does, and it's very inexpensive. I wondered if I could plop a lot of dirt there and plant some milkweed and other, you know, pollinating, pollinating bringer. Blah, 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 blah. Sounds like I've been drinking today and I don't drink. A pollinating garden is what I'd like to plant up there. But it's a very shaded area and it's surrounded by pines. So getting things to grow there is really hard to do. But what I'd like to do is make it where I don't have to deal with it. I don't want to weed it. I don't want to have to mow it. I don't want to have to weed eat it. I'd like to just slap things in there that'll grow and really just take over. I'd like to put a little farm stand down in that area too. Julie, do you have any sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes planted at your place? Some people don't want them because they will take over things, but they really attract a lot of birds and a lot of butterflies and stuff. They are a natural wildflower to our region. I'm not sure about your region, but my region, yes. And the tubers are edible on it. Like potatoes, you just have to make sure you cook them well, or you'll get kind of gassy from them. Yes, that area would be visible from the sign and they would be able to see. And it would be, because I have like a little side turn right there in the driveway, it would be easy for people to pull up and be able to get back out of the driveway. I have so many eggs, and then I end up with an astronomical amount of zucchini and squash and stuff. I'd like to try to put a little farm stand out. They're very popular here. And I wouldn't mind, baking some breads and stuff and putting out there. I would never get rich from it, but I might be able to buy chicken feed. They look like a great big huge sunflower. Right now mine are just all foliage. I'll go over there and show you. Mine are all just foliage. I planted them as a planted there for a few good reasons. One, they're incredible to feed. It'll bring birds and butterflies. And then the tubers are edible for me. They get like 12 feet tall. Between 8 and 12 feet. This is what they're looking like. I have 2 small plots of them. They're doing good. Oh, yeah, with the little farm stands, if you don't have easy access in and out, then it's hard for people. And they might stop once, but then not come back. Look, got a dragonfly saying, I like these. The leaves are super, super soft on them. I see strawberries out there that need to be picked this evening. And I think I'm just gonna, at the end of the season, maybe do something different with this bed here. It just gets overtaken with weeds. I have a hard time keeping up with it. And I'm not getting berries like I would like to. I think it might just be easier to go to the farm down the road and pick them. Just have a hard time with that bed. Some of these are going to be ready soon to plant or to pick. I see some of the little lanterns are Turning brown. And I've been having to share some of my stuff with grasshoppers. Look at what they're doing. I don't like that. And I don't know how to combat grasshoppers. Does anybody have any idea how you do that? I mean, they're eating my plant. And all those holes, these are all from grasshoppers. A pea supplier. A friend that I work with at the greenhouse, she invited me to go. I can't tell you where it's at, but they have an Amish auction, and that's what they're auctioning off is produce. Now you do have to, you can't just buy 2 or 3 pieces of it. You got to buy the lot of it. But I think that would be the way to go. Especially like this year, I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot of onions. It'd be nice to go buy a couple boxes of onions. Do you have that around where you're at? Anybody? Yeah, these grasshoppers, they're really bothering my garden this year. I mean, they're after my cucumbers. See? Got some zucchini to pick. These are what I'm going to come pick tonight, these coxcombs that are all bent over. They're too heavy. Oops. I'm going to dry these. Get that. That's beautiful. Such a neat little flower. The watermelons seem to be doing pretty good on this trellis. Oh, I've never been to this one that my friend is talking about, and I'd like to go. I'd like to see what they offer. You don't have to buy if if you aren't interested in something, but I'd like to go and check it out. Especially like for strawberries. I'd much rather just do that. That strawberry bed and we've had some conversations. All my geraniums are doing fantastic. Do you guys have Mennonites, chick? A lot of the Mennonites do the same things. We have both here. A few years ago, my friend Brenda and we toured all the Amish greenhouses, and it was such a unique experience. It was really a unique experience. The kids, we went to one, and the little girls, they were just beautiful children. They had gorgeous red hair and freckles and missing teeth and just beautiful smiles, and they were so helpful. And when we left, I asked Brenda, I said, should we have tipped those little kids? Because they carried all our stuff to the car. They were just precious. And then we went to another one, and their products were fabulous, but it was a gentleman that was there working, and he wouldn't answer our questions, and he kept his back to us. But after we left there, I don't know where Brenda got the information, but they're not allowed to look at what they term as worldly women. And it was hard because they had a few things there that would have been nice to buy, but he wouldn't even respond to us. It made Brenda and I uncomfortable, and I'm sure he was just as uncomfortable with us. A very unique experience because as an American woman, I'm not used to that. Well, I was having really good luck with my strawberry plants until last year. Maybelline got in there. And this year it's just, I think it'd be easier just to buy berries than to try to keep them. Chick, I think you would know definitely if you had Mennonite in the area. I don't know if it's, I could be 100% wrong, but it seems like the Amish community and the Mennonite community are like more central United States in the middle than on the west or the east coast. I could be 100. I am wrong because I know like I want to say Pennsylvania, areas like that have a lot of Amish. Yeah, it was really strange to be in that greenhouse. And at first I thought, well, could you be any ruder? Just turn your back on me. Because I'd look at him and I'd say, sir, I have a question about this plant. And he'd just look at me and turn around. And I'd kind of walk around him, sir. What? What? I don't want you on my lap. It's too hot. You stay down. Thank you, ma'am. I think Wells dipped out. He said too much lady talk. Oh, wow. I have 7 thumbs up. That's cool beans. That's awesome, Trixie. 7 people said, all right. Cutie. You're all right, honey. You seem warm. I know. It's 98 degrees. Yeah. And 80% humidity. Oh, okay. No, Dot, no chickens in the house. Stay out of my house. I'm impressed. My new phone hasn't buffered out or anything while I've been walking around. That's pretty cool. I still have to hook up my new Wi-Fi stuff. When it comes to those things, I have no ambition. Does anyone know? Let's see. I think it's been 4, possibly 5 times. I have, and I don't know who's doing it. It's definitely one of my bigger chickens, one of my standard chickens. I am getting soft eggs. It's like there's no shell. I'm not sure why. I don't believe that they're lacking in anything. It's not a new layer because none of my new chickens are old enough to lay. But here's my question. Could that be an old layer? Because a lot of my chickens are 4 or 5 years old. Always says protein. I wonder if I should buy some cheap cat food to throw in. Have you had that happen, Chick? It was strange. The first one I saw, I was like, that's weird. And I went to pick it up and it broke in my hand. The the egg content, the yolk and the white seem to be okay. They look healthy. And I give my birds back eggshells and I cook eggs for them so they get calcium. Let me pick up so I can read. I do feed their shells back. Maybe I need to be more persistent with it instead of, like every couple of weeks. Do it once a week for them. When I Googled it, there were many reasons, and a lot of my standard birds are older layers. I just want to make sure nobody's sick. The goats are really quiet today. Julie, have you put anything new out lately? Seems like the end of last week, middle of last week, I did some catch up. I had missed probably 3, maybe 4. Yeah, at least 4 of your videos. I felt really bad about it. You put ones out today. I'll look for them. I did notice that when I got my new phone, um, I am subscribed to everybody, but I've noticed that my notifications have been at none, and I need to go back in and check because I'm missing stuff that's going on. And to be honest with you, I've backed off quite a bit. I wasn't having fun anymore. Hello, my little dot. What you doing, pretty? What you doing, pretty? Julie, did all your chicks make it this year? And are you keeping everybody if they made it? Um, it was a little bit of the first one and a whole lot of the second one. I had some things happen that just really discouraged me, and I was like, I don't like that. And at this age, I'm smart enough to pick my battles. And sometimes, I'm not gonna fuss and argue when there's no need to fuss and argue. I am not a passive person, but I am just smart enough to know when to choose a battle and when not to. And then, I got kind of stressed out from it. So then it made me not want to do it. And I have only wanted to do this to learn and be able to associate with people that are on the same level and to maybe share, what little knowledge I have about things. I never wanted it to be some big contest on who's better and who does this right and who does that right. That's not my style. I would be glad, Julie, to go into great detail, but I will do that over Messenger on Facebook, okay? Oh, guess what? I'm gonna go get my glasses. Can you bring me my glasses, Doggo? Where's Dog? Hey, Dot and Esther out. Go. Out, 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 out. Just because I left the door open a little bit doesn't mean that you're welcome in my house. Out, out, ladies. The two of you are the worst, most persistent chickens about hanging out in my house. You silly things. You go in and you eat all the dog food. And then they look at me like wondering why they can't have chicken food. Okay, let's see. Oh, Julie, you accidentally. Oh, bless your heart. I bet that was not a fun. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I'm going to keep. I hatched out 5 for Stephanie, and those will go to her. But then the 5 that I bought, I'm going to keep those ladies. Exactly. I don't want to try a. I don't want people griping and stuff. Um, I'm just going to try to keep it as private as possible and just move forward and do things the way I want to do them. I don't like being pressured and pushed and then told I'm not doing things right and I need to do this better. I just do things the way I want. I'm an old stubborn woman and that's just the way it's going to be. I'm bound and determined I'm going to get that project done today. It's too hot right now. I want that done. I'm at a stage where I can kind of kick back. I've got maintenance to do, cleaning pens and watering the garden, picking produce, but I don't have any major projects this year. And that feels really, really good. This year, my homestead is finally starting to actually pay back. And it's really enjoyable when it's like that. There's always lots of work on homestead, but it's nice when you don't have major projects. Let me pick up the phone so I can read. Exactly, Julie. There's a lot of rules and restrictions and this and that and the other. I just want to learn. I want others to learn from me and I want to share what I have. And I'm happy with that. It seems like people go through a whole lot and a whole lot of stress when it seems like the most common amount of money is like $100 a month. I could go clean somebody's house for an extra $100. Or, I could find lots of extra things to do for $100 in a month. I do understand how some people depend on it, and that's okay. But I didn't like all of that stress and then think I'm only going to earn like $100. Just too much. No, I don't think anybody does. When I speak with some people, they have this answer, and then you speak with another group and they have that answer. And I don't think that either group is necessarily wrong. I think some of it is a perspective, and then some of it, are the rules. So, I don't want to have things out there that might have music on there where you get demonetized, or you said a four-letter word or something. I don't know. Agree, Julie. And some days, I just didn't have the time that some people thought I needed to have. And I understand that people were helping me, and I really appreciate that. But I'm a single person that works, well, I'm working two jobs right now. And I have this homestead, which is job number 3, 4, and 5. I didn't always have 3 to 6 hours a day to dedicate to YouTube. I think doing 2 lives a week is what I'd like to do, and then put out videos the rest of the time. And shorts. I like to do the shorts a lot. And I actually think more people are more attentive through a short than through a long video or even a live. Right, Julie? You're right. Thank you, Chick. It is a good plan for me. No, Julie, I haven't learned how to edit, and I don't want to. I want to do my videos raw. The one thing I would like to know how to do is like sometimes I'm filming and I put it on pause and then I hit the wrong button, or I've been gone too long and I have to start a number 2. I would like to know how to merge those 2 videos together. But trying to edit like Bowser not barking or whatever might need to be edited, I have no desire. I think it being raw, those are the channels I like to watch. I like to watch when people are realistic. I mean, it's even hard for me to watch a lot of the chicken people, because I think, how in the world do you keep your chicken coop looking like that? And you had to have made all those videos in one day and changed clothes and stuff, because nobody has a dust-free chandelier in their chicken coop. I mean, it's beautiful. A lot of the channels I watch, they really, put a lot of time and effort into things like that. But in my mind, it's not realistic. Like my porch here, there's chicken poo on it because that's life. How you doing, Mama? Yes. Chicken poo, goat poo. Because the goats get out and my milk stands right here on my back porch. This den right here, that floor in there is something else. I need to take a steam cleaner to that. Hi, Uncle Bob. We're all surrounded by poo. I don't let the dogs, the chickens, or the goats, or the ducks in my garden. I can actually walk in my garden with no shoes on, and it feels really good to be in the garden with no shoes on. But I don't let the dogs in there because it was inevitable. Bowser'd go in there and take a big poo. I'd be like, really? Did you hold it all day just to come to my garden? This lady here, she's doing a fantastic. I bought those chicks at Tractor Supply. And this Orbington, she's proving to be a very good mom. She does really good with them. Oh, yeah, the pricker weeds are no fun. And then they'll leave that one little piece in your foot and it drives you nuts for about a month. Oh, oh, get it, girl, get it. Oh, did it get away from you? You were doing good. You almost had it. You better not be roosters. You better be ladies. Yep, she was broody and she had eggs, but they were all duds. And I went and bought them in hopes that she would take them, and she did. My silkies, they'll do it. And Annie doesn't even have to be broody. I can just buy chicks, but Annie is raising chicks right now. But Annie'll just, she doesn't have to be broody. She'll take them. She's a really good mom. I feel bad for Joe. I did this. And then Joe, he has Orbingtons, and his ladies are broody. He went and bought some Rhode Island Reds, 4 of them, and his chickens wouldn't take them. So he has them in the house. He asked me if I'd take them, and I agreed to take them. Then the next time I took a walk with Joe, I convinced him to keep them because he loves the Rhode Island Reds. And I have enough birds. And what I told him is, wait till fall gets here and everybody gets a little older, a little bigger. Because he allowed his ladies, oh, how many did they hatch? Oh, more than 5 and less than 10. He had ladies hatch out chicks. It's a large number of chicks. We'll just wait till fall and figure out who's roosters, who's not. And then we can talk about if he needs to rehome any birds. on, they're barking at the front door like somebody's here. Oh, somebody is here.
How's that going for you?
I've slacked off quite a bit. Guys, I'm going to let you watch this for a few minutes. My friend is here. I'm going to show her. I think she came to see my goat.
Oh my God.
I know, she's cute as she could be, isn't she? Bowser, don't slime Brenda.
Where'd you get that chair?
This chair?
Yeah. Or have you had it?
I've had this forever. I want to say Sandy's yard sale. See what I'm trying to do today?
What?
Oh, that looks nice. Joe was right. That drill will kick your butt. I brought her some water down. Okay. They are. I've got some cut already for.
Yeah, that was really sharp.
That project is kicking my butt. I thought that would be a simple Menards a long time ago. 3 years when I had that back corner over there. I had these
How much are these?
really expensive. They're like $40 a pound.
They're nice looking.
Yeah, they are. I'd like to do the whole yard on this. $40 a pound. I gotta put it together.
Oh, you kidding?
That's a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, I got my ice cans yesterday too.
Bunch of pieces.
There are a ton of pieces. Oh, look it up. That's beautiful. Freaking tomato plant. My God.
I know.
They're huge.
I know. You wanna go in? Those are brown cherries.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I know. Leo loves them. Like most of those are for Leo. He really loves them. I'm gonna cut these today. Dry flower arrangements with them. Yeah. Yeah, they're really into that.
Were they from Steve too?
No, I got those from Sue's.
Where did you get that from?
Joe. I could look at this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. mean, my garden looks great this year, and I'm saying, let it go. That's been our first year I've actually gotten into the garden. They don't mind if it's over there. I can't find Betty. It's been since last Wednesday. Well, Betty. Shucks to daisies. Come here, big guy. Come here.
He waits for you to pick him up.
Uh-huh.
These will have yellow flowers on them.
Will they?
Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they have really yellow. And I love that thing you talked to that lady.
I know. That lady was really nice to me. So were you and Robert going and getting that tennis?
Did you plant those there, or did they just come up on the
With the strawberries?
Oh, that's what they are?
Yeah, strawberries and lavenders in there. And I think I'm gonna go with like take our strawberries. And if there's such a hard work to put sugar and stuff, maybe we better just go and do it then.
Or put them in the basket, that's what most people do.
I'm just not having good luck and I'm having a hard time keeping it weeded. The birds eat them. I think it would be better to just put like our squashes or something. I didn't expect you to come today. I figured it'd be tomorrow.
I wasn't going to, what's the reason? Oh, I was supposed to pick up, Brittany's groceries,
Yeah.
and she couldn't get her card to her. So she says, I'm just coming in. She was pissed. She said, there's no reason this card won't work. She said, I know I got money in there.
Isn't she cute?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Good.
Oh my God, she crawled right through there.
Yeah, she,
I was wondering how she got out.
she gets out. She tests her mother, definitely.
She's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I love her legs.
Oh, she's so cute. She's really a lot of fun. I'm not getting any mouth right.
Hi, baby.
Hello, sweet Nala. This is mine. Yeah. Ooh, no, she's not. She loves it. She's like, no. Oh, Nala getting some watermelon here. Do you touch the ground and then you don't want it? Picky. Yeah, I touch the ground so you don't want it, huh? All right, I'll throw it to the chickens then.
What if they just love picking on their mom, don't they?
Oh, she's getting really, really playful. Nala's like, hey, give me some of that. But don't chop it. That makes me want goats. I'm not gonna bring it to you. You're coming in. These are pretty cool. Oh, Nala's adorable. I can't wait to breed her. She's such a good disposition.
How's that one that you got the
Steph? Oh, she's doing great. That was Stephanie's goat. I didn't give her back. I wanted to keep her. Oh, you all right? I don't know. Hey, Stella. Here, Stella. Okay.
Is that one a baby?
Which one?
That white grizzle thing.
No, that white grizzly, that's one that hatched last year. You brought her back to me. Okay, honey? She's really cute. Yeah, she is. That's Polly's dog.
Did you get the one from Joe?
No, I'm not going to. I talked Joe into keeping them. He really likes those Rhode Island Reds, and we'll figure it out in fall. He's got a lot, I've got a lot. We'll figure it out in the fall. Mhm. People on my line, they need to ask some questions. Why? Because I want to go to the duck house and they need to ask questions. I'm embarrassed to let you in my house.
Oh, don't feel bad. Yeah.
I'll be back, guys. Just stay there. I'll be back. See, this is a.
Are you kidding?
That's not what I expected at all.
So it's for like inside the house.
No, it's outside. Yeah, that is. Wi-Fi. Oh, groceries. What time is it? I gotta pick Lori up at 5.
I'm gonna get gas here in Bruce. It's cheaper than Lakewood.
Oh, it's 4:30.
Is it?
Yeah.
What time are you gonna be there? 5?
I better have his kidney function checked. I'm sure he'll be fine. Yeah. I'm sure he'll be fine, but Brandon, it's something I just can't.
Big boy. Holy cow. Are you done growing now? Do you think you are?
no, my house plants look good. Have you seen that one cactus that Walmart has? It's called a marsupial. Scoochie, scoochie. Okay, everyone, thank you so very much for tolerating that. But that's my bestest friend in the world. She's going to come tomorrow. Okay, Uncle Bob, are you there? It is well. Are you there? I need. Thank you. I'm glad you're still there. I have a couple questions. I have a brilliant idea, so we're going to go up front. I've told you I want to add turkeys. Brilliant idea on some housing here, but there's math to figure it out. That is my duck coop. It used to be a chicken coop. Now, ducks don't roost. So I think I should make a duck house and give this to my turkeys. I think this would be a good turkey house. Let me know before I start doing building and stuff like that. Oh, good, Julie. I'm glad you're still there too. So I think this would be a great turkey house. I think I have plenty of square footage. I'd like to get 3. 2 hens and a tom is what I'd like to get, but that doesn't mean that's what I'll get because they'll be chicks. But that's the goal. I do think this would be a good turkey house. But here's what I don't know how to figure out. How do I figure out the amount of space that I need for ducks? This in here, you know, I don't remember how big it is. I'd have to get out my tape measure. This is quite enough room for the ducks in the wintertime. They've got plenty of floor space in there. I'm more worried about wintertime coverage for them than summertime. But I'm hoping in the summertime they'll at least stay where I'd like them to stay. But I don't know how to figure out how much room I actually need for my ducks. I will keep a drake and 5 hens. So there'll be 6 adult ducks. I think it would be much easier for me to make a duck house than to try to make a turkey house. I think I would be more successful at building a duck house. I tore apart an old doghouse that was given to me when the lady gave me the dog kennel. And I was hoping I could reuse a lot of this for a duck house. This was the top of the doghouse. It's a lot of good usable material, but it wasn't insulated or anything, but they used this siding on it, and I think that that could all be reused. And I do have insulation. A 120 square feet would be good. Okay. And I have old windows too. No insulation? Really? Even for my wicked winters, they don't need insulation? I have the, not like, it's like styrofoam board is what I have. They don't need insulation, really? Was I that worried about y'all last winter and I didn't need to be? Unless I... Well, this may sound dumb, but yes, I do want to finish it. What exactly does that mean? Oh, they'll eat the insulation. Okay, gotcha. Just like the chickens will peck on it. I have faith in my capabilities that I can build one. I will use pallets, so I believe I should probably stain or paint those pallets to make them last longer, right? I have very few pallets that are hardwood. And those, to be honest with you, the ones I have left, I'd like to save those for fencing. Inside walls is finishing? Okay. I mean, for the ducks, it should only, it doesn't need to be that tall. Paint or water seal them. Now, is there, I mean, I don't want to use like paint I would use on the inside of the house, right? I need to use outdoor grade paint. Who do you have pinned in there, Bob? Or is there anybody pinned in there? Oh, just you talking to yourself? Okay, handsome boy. Outdoor paint. I've got probably about 25 to 30 windows. So I could actually build them like a little greenhouse too. Or would the turkeys even utilize, I know you know like the greenhouses that I do with these things in the wintertime and just putting plastic on there. Would the turkeys require one of those? I personally like to give my chickens and my ducks those greenhouses for the winter. Hey, Wells, glad you're back. From the research that I did, the turkeys don't need to be provided with anything like that. I'm not sure. I've never raised them. Um, this is my point of view. I like turning those into greenhouses so my chickens and my ducks can get out and the ducks don't scratch, but you know, the chickens can scratch around in there and they have dry ground in the winter. Turkeys don't like to be covered. So they don't need a coverage like that, but they're going to need a draft-free house. My winters are wicked up here. The ducks right now don't think they need any shelter. They think right where they're at is just fine. But I would like to do that. I think the last date I can order chickens or turkeys is August 27th. Ah, brood them in that house so they know that that's home. Or so they're way different than chickens. Look at those baby ducks. Oh, wait. Okay. I was learning about that you have to teach them how to eat. That's that's almost sad. That's almost sad. Even the heritage breeds are like that. There's a lady, she's not really local, but I call it local. She's about an hour and a half away, and she's 6 week old pullets. And she doesn't want a bad price for them. I think they were $20 a piece. And I was also wondering if they were that old, if you could actually tell if you were getting hens or toms. Mom teaches them everything. Would it be better if I waited until I had broody chickens? Okay, so I can if they're that old, if they offer both sexes. Turkeys will learn and adapt to whatever they're around, Ken. Yeah, I can get them as chicks and teach them my ways. Um, I myself, if I don't have to, I don't want to have that stuff in the house. I personally have great success with letting my ladies raise things. I will raise them in the house if I have to, but I would much rather give them to a broody chicken. He's just faster typer than you. It's taken me about 3 years to decide. I go back and forth with the turkeys. Um, but now that I have confidence in being able to process things, and I don't mean like in my head, I mean physically be processing the animals and putting them in the freezer. Now that I know I have the ability mentally to do that, it makes moving forward with another project and another animal easier. The ducklings, it just shocks me how fast they have grown. August, it would definitely be warm enough to do them outside. There's a couple of breeds that I'm interested in. And let me know if anybody has any experience with these. There's 3 breeds. One breed is the Bourbon Red. Excuse my dirty hands. One breed is the Palm. And then another one, they call them a blue slate. A blue slate. Out of all of those breeds, the blue slate, from my research, are the biggest of the breeds. And apparently the blue slate is endangered on the Worldwide Poultry Registry. So that interests me in being able to maybe help sustain and keep, genetics crossed with that breed. But when I tried to do that with chickens, some rare chickens, it was just a disaster. The royal palms are what I've really been interested in. But then I saw the Bourbon Reds and I thought, oh my gosh, those are beautiful. So if anybody has any experience with any of those, let me know what would be the best choice for a very small homestead. The blue slate, I really want to keep them in mind, but they are a much larger bird. The palms, I think the toms get 12 to 15, and the blue slates, it's more like 15 to 25 pounds. That's a big bird. And I would like to have the least aggressive. I don't want to be afraid trying to come out and tend to my animals. Okay, now I'm going to read. You want bourbon and blue slate too? That's what I've seen with the bourbons, and I've heard better better things about the bourbon's temperament over the other two breeds. Bob, it's time for me to process a lot of these ducks. I think I'll be doing that next weekend. 6 to 7 weeks they're ready for processing. Last year I waited too long. Luke and Steph did too. We processed ours together last year. And they were like double hard to pluck because they were a little bit older. So size-wise, 3 pallets down. Okay. See, I was thinking I needed 5 down, and I wanted to ask before I got started on that, because that's a big project. I don't want to build them a mansion, but I'd like to build them $1 million house. Yep, we soaked and pulled. Last year we even rented a plucker, but it really beat up. I don't think we used it right. I really don't, because it really beat up the meat and tore it apart. We threw 2 chickens in there and 1 duck, and I looked at Stephanie and I said, we need to stop. I said, we're just destroying our meat. The chicken, it broke its wing and leg. It was pretty battered in that thing. We obviously did something wrong. Well, we had the hot water that we dipped them. But no, we didn't have like a hose to spray on them or anything. Is that something we're lacking? I don't want to make them crowded in their coop. I want to give them plenty of room, but I don't, because I'm learning their habits, I don't want to give them a coop that's really oversized in the winter, because I want them, their heat to keep them warm. But in the summertime, they could care less about their coop. The plucker, no water spraying? No, we did. We sprayed when we were using the plucker. We didn't do something right. And the little nipples that were on the inside, they were hard. I always thought they were soft. And I don't really know where Stephanie and Luke rented it from. It was a private individual. we didn't do something right. And once it tore up some of the birds, we just walked away for a minute. If you could have heard Leo last year about that thing, I finally looked at him and I said, Leo, you are 5. You just turned 5 years old. Honey, you don't need to worry about money. He kept walking around. You wasted money. Look, you wasted money on that thing. He's such a cute kid. I told him, I said, you don't need to worry about stuff like that right now. And he says, yes, I do. I have a savings account. I know what money is. He's really smart. He's a smart kid. See? Okay, putting on my glasses to read. No, the nipples did not bend. They were hard and just destroyed the meat. We did something wrong. Spot has chick up at the house. No, there was something about what we did last year with that thing that was not right. Because we rented one. We wanted to see how it worked. If it was going to make our chore for that day easier. And we went in and we rented it together because we decided if we liked it, we would go in together and buy one and just share it. And it kind of frustrated me because I was like, man, people use these all the time and rave about them. It would really cut a lot of time out. Last year, if I remember correctly, it took us about 7.5, 8 hours for that chore that day. And I really think if we had the plucker, we could have been done in half that time. I have no idea. And see, I thought the little nipple things were soft. When I looked at that and I felt them, I was like, that's weird. And I wondered if there was like something they put, if there was a part of the round barrel that we should have separated. Like maybe there was something to keep the nipples from flexing and breaking. I didn't know. But overall, it was a waste of time and just not what I expected. Let's see. I had 5 ducks and 3 chickens, and Stephanie and Luke had 18 ducks that we did. So that was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. About 26 to 28 we processed. It took a long, long time. And a lot of it was we waited too long for the ducks. They were molting, and it really made things hard. And Stephanie and Luke like to do it all in one day. They like to just take a Saturday or Sunday and do it all in one day. I personally, because I'll be doing it by myself here this year, I think I'll do like half and then half the next week. You can dry pluck a chicken? I've never dry plucked one. I've always put it down in the boiling water. Really? You can dry pluck? Can you do that with ducks? Bowser, oh no! What, bud? Wells, my friend Stephanie and Luke, they are probably at the point where I'd say 90 to maybe 93% of their food they raise, grow, or Luke hunts. It's incredible. Stephanie makes her own flour. There's not much that they buy at the grocery store. Stephanie makes all her own butter, all her own yogurt, all their cheese. I strive to be like them. If I could, well, I'm not gonna say anything bad. This year I've got quite a bit going for me here. It's starting to pay off. It is amazing. And it's amazing to know that there is so much food readily available right out in the woods. It's knowledge that's been lost. And I think it's sad that that's been lost. Like Stephanie, when I first met her, we went out and we were looking for mushrooms. I would have thought that everything that she was picking that day and looking for, you couldn't have eaten. You know, that it would poison you and make you sick. Because they teach you that, all the mushrooms out there will kill you. That's not the truth. And to be exposed to all of those different type of wild food, it really changes your palate. I definitely don't like all of the sugary snacks and things like that anymore. No, they don't have a channel. I'll be tending to their house, not this weekend, but next weekend. And I've been given permission to show y'all quite a bit over there. They just don't want me to show them or show their child. And I respect that. Get some of Samuel Thayer's books and you'll know what you can eat and what you can't eat. And I mean, even Leo, you can take Leo out into the woods and he'll say, no, you can't eat that one, but you can eat this one. And then they're called ghost mushrooms. They're iridescent. They're one of the best pain relievers. A pipe, ghost pipe, that's what they're called, a ghost pipe mushroom. It's supposed to be one of the best pain relievers ever. I mean, God gave us everything that we need to be strong and healthy and to help us when we're sick. We've just lost that knowledge, and we lost it very quickly. One of the first things I foraged was some mushrooms, and they're mushrooms that grow on the side of a tree. I don't remember the name of them, but you can do artwork on them. They're not edible. You could eat them, but they're not very good, Stephanie said. But you can draw pictures and stuff on them. But up here, people on Facebook, they'll chick in the woods. It's a mushroom, turkey tail. Those are really, they're everywhere here out in the woods. Yeah, when they took God out of school and they decided that we needed to eat chemicals that are no good for us and all this lab production meat, it's just sickening. I don't understand that. And all the fast food restaurants, this was something I read a few nights ago. All the fast food restaurants, primarily McDonald's and Burger King, are funding the research for that. I mean, that's not okay. And the thing I don't like is they're going to put it on our shelves and we're not going to know that that's lab grown meat because it's approved by the FDA and they consider it to either be 100% beef or pork. That's sickening. If more people protested and we quit buying all that crap, I'm just as guilty though. There's things I want that just are not good for me. But they've really snuck a lot of stuff in. And I'm much more careful. I read the back of stuff, all the ingredients now. I bought a can of nuts at Dollar General. Nuts, just mixed nuts. I didn't read the label because what's in mixed dried nuts? It should be nuts and salt. I started reading the back of it and it said that there's a bioengineered food ingredient there. Well, it's either the salt or the oil, but they won't tell you which one it is. Either the oil that they roast things in, or the salt that they put on there. And then a few weeks after that, I bought a bag of potato chips and it was talking about an ingredient in there was known in the state of California to cause cancer. I was like, well, shoot, I can't eat anything. Got to start making that stuff yourself. Okay, now I got to read. I was blabbing and not reading. Okay. Stephanie and Luke are going to homeschool Leo this year. She just was not pleased. He did pre-kindergarten and kindergarten. They were not pleased. I'm grateful they're going to take him out. He'll learn so much more. I agree with you, Wells. You were better educated. It's the oil. They say everything in Cali, yeah, causes cancer, but I think all those ingredients, our bodies don't know what to do with them. I have a nephew, and my sister's always mad at him because they term it eating disorders. But I was paying attention, and I was like, the things he doesn't like, and he'll go, "Ooh, I don't like that. I don't want that," are foods that there's hardly any natural ingredients in. If you give him a piece of fruit, or you give him, a steak, he's going to eat it. You give him a potato, he'll eat it. Give him onions, he'll eat it. But if you try to give him like Salisbury steak, he won't eat that. You try to give him homemade macaroni and cheese, he'll devour it. But if you try to give him boxed macaroni and cheese or like the microwavable stuff, he won't eat it. I don't think it's necessarily eating disorders. I think it's the body saying, "What is that? And why would you put that in me?" No, that's what I think it is. I told my sister that. I said, "You need to watch that a little bit." I said, "Pay attention." And I told my stepmom, I said, "Pay attention to that." I said, "That really makes a lot of sense that he's just not into putting all that false stuff in his body, or his body doesn't want it." I've always wondered how those trucks don't fall over, those big cement trucks. Okay, now I'm reading. No. Kids need to be homeschooled. Our educational system needs a lot of help. Good plan, Wells. Those are the ducklings. Look how big they are. The real dark one right there, that's the first one to hatch. Hurry up, everybody. They are 6 weeks old. I've got the oldest one is probably closer to 7 weeks old. He was born a few days, or he hatched a few days before. They really grow fast compared to the chicks. Guys, I don't want you all over the backyard right now, okay? I'm sorry. Sorry, I just don't. And the reason being is my back door's open so the dogs can come out. And y'all just think you belong in the house. So far, let's see, how long have I been doing this? Almost 3 hours, and my phone hasn't glitched out. That's awesome. Now I just jinxed myself, probably. The ducks, I don't know what breed Bob is, which is my Drake. Google says he's a Pomeranian duck. I'm going to say just barnyard mixes, because nobody... I don't know what Bob is. The ducklings though, they all look like they came from my blue Swedish. They don't look like the runners at all. And I only have one blue Swedish hen left. The fox got the other one, and that's her. I like my ducks a lot. I was telling her earlier, my Indian runners, they lay up to 300 eggs a year. So their production is up, with some of the good chickens. Stephanie and I have had discussions, and she doesn't believe that the runners are good for meat production. I myself disagree. I agree with your mom. I would like to really thin down on my chickens and go more with the ducks, especially knowing that the runners will produce that many eggs a year. The ducks, I think, are much easier in the wintertime. Much easier for my climate here in the winter. And to hear them in the yard. Seems more like meat chickens growth. You mean like my ducks that I have now? That barnyard mix I have? I can never go without chickens. Chickens are the best therapy for me. I will never go without chickens, but I would like to increase my ducks a little more. But I mean, 6 adult ducks is plenty. That's plenty enough for one person for egg production and stuff. The thing that's bad with ducks is you have to make sure you have enough hens for him, or he will bother your chickens and he will kill your chickens. Their anatomy does not match. And that's something I'm worried about with turkeys. Nope, I don't give them a pond in the winter. It's amazing how fast these ducks have grown. Um, I'm impressed. They're 6 weeks old. They're a week older than Moo, and they're ready. Can you water duck eggs the way you can chicken eggs? I'm not quite understanding. Can you rephrase that for me? You mean like water glass them to save them over the winter? Is that what you mean? That's what I was just wondering. Can you water glass them? Yes, you can if that's what you're asking. Water canning. He does mean water glassing. Yes, you can. And from what Stephanie said, She had better luck with her duck eggs lasting longer than her chicken eggs because their shells are so much more dense. Hold on, guys. I gotta go see what time it is. I have to take my client to the food pantry. Okay, I have 10 minutes. That's cool beans. It's ended up being a beautiful day. A 20-year-old chicken egg? Ooh. I would be leery. If it was freeze-dried, though, it'd be all right. Huh, Trixie? Hi, pretty Ivy. Oh, the poor neighbors. Hi, sweet breeze. How you doing? So what's everybody gonna have for dinner tonight? Oh, thank you, Belle. Oh, I love you too. Goof. No. On both of those, the view counts were off. Bacon, pickle, grilled cheese. That sounds good. Placing eggs in salt. No. You mean like people preserve meat in salt? Bob, that was an awesome shot with the eagle. Oh, you're at the laundromat. My least favorite place to be. Oh, you had a place that you hung them? Hmm. Oh, wow. Did it hurt when he hit you, or did he just brush you? Ivy, honey, you okay? It's all right, Trix. You ain't got to be so tense about the neighbors. Just the neighbors, little one. She is a sweet cat. She's really, really old. Oh, she just brushed you. When I adopted her, they told me that she was probably, they said 12 to 14 years old. She doesn't really do a lot, and that's okay. I think she's very happy. I've had her a little over 2 years, and it probably took that cat a year to come to me and ask for love. She was really shut down. And she's still real quiet, but she likes to be where I'm at. I can tell she enjoys my company. She's really a sweet little cat. She was much happier when I had the kitten here. The loons let you know she was around. Wells, I had gone to the Humane Society looking for old dogs. That's how I ended up with my first cat. That's the one that wanders around here that's a catnip addict. He's my first cat. But I will forever go to the Humane Societies and get my cats from now on. Betty, I happened to find her. Somebody dumped her at Dollar General last year. And I spent the afternoon trying to catch her. And I brought her home, and she ended up being a really good kitty. I've been really worried about her, but I don't think she's coming back. Just have a bad feeling. She really brings those little chicks all over the yard. Oh, that's great. When I went kayaking the other day, I saw man-made loon nests in the lake, and they were clearly marked. Do not disturb, do not touch. Keep your distance. But they looked like floating pallets that had branches around them and the nests in the middle. I thought that was really interesting. I'd never seen one before. Never seen a man-made loon nest. I was happy to see that. They're really few and far between now. It does bother me about my cat. I think the fox got her. I really do. She liked to hang out over there where he comes all the time. That's where she liked to be. I think that's what happened. Brenda was just here, and Brenda told me, she said, don't give up yet. She said, don't think like that. She may come back. But I've been across the street where there's probably 100 cats. She's not there. The neighbors to the south or to the north of me haven't seen her. The neighbors to the south of me haven't seen her. It bothers me. I didn't think I'd ever get so attached to cats. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I kind of need to... I'll wait a little while to see if Betty will come back, but I don't think she will. I need to get a younger cat. My old cats, they don't hunt for me, nor do I expect them to. They're both old senior cats. They can do whatever they want to do. But I do need a mouser. So if Betty doesn't come back when fall starts and all of the humane societies have barn cats and stuff, I'll look then. Okay, now I'm going to read. Oh, a month, huh? And then you have one that's living under the house? Now, see, Betty hasn't come for food. And Betty was definitely more of an outside cat. But she was always around morning and evening for her food, and she hasn't shown up. Gage is a better mouser than TikTok. I hate to even think I need to look for another kitty, but I might need to. And one thing is, Bowser and that cat were really pretty close. She would cuddle with him and stuff. And he's not like that with Ivy, but Ivy's bapped him a few good times, which is fine because he was really invading her space. Just a whole lot of this and that, Julie. That's what we've been talking about. I don't know whether to leave this running because it'll take me like 30 minutes to take care of my client. And I don't know if anybody wants to continue, or should I just go ahead and close it out, y'all? And we can do another one later this week. Well, it is Thursday, so maybe Saturday. Oh, no. I can't do a live on Saturday. Our town is having their festival, and there's a good concert on Saturday night. I want to go to that. And then Sunday, I want to go to the Barstool races. So I'd have to do another live tomorrow, which that would be okay. But I think what I'm going to do, y'all, is I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I appreciate you guys coming. Julie, I have to download Messenger, and I will message you and tell you all of that stuff. And Uncle Bob, I will probably email you because I didn't take a screenshot on that square footage. Wells, have a good night. Chick, have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. Be good. Be safe. Be kind.